Hey, welcome back guys. It is Matt Larson 10 coming at you with a very important video. Now, you've all been hearing of Ron Paul's great victories in the past few days. States such as Louisiana, Massachusetts, and Alaska to name a few. But one of the most important issues that isn't being addressed enough is the ability to abstain from voting in the first round ballot down in Tampa Bay. I've been looking into this now for the past few days, and it is a very complicated issue. But I have decided it comes down to one thing. Do it. The worst case scenario is that you are kicked out and banned from ever being a delegate in the Republican Party ever again. Not the worst thing that could ever happen, guys, but there have been talks of possible misdemeanor charges being brought and a $500 fine and up to 30 days in jail. Now, this is all very unlikely, and you could even fight those charges with the First Amendment. Now, people abstaining from voting is not unheard of. Back in 2008, some Democratic delegates chose to abstain from voting. Nothing happened to them. There are two theories on what will happen when people abstain. First, the candidate whose delegates that are abstaining from voting will receive a lower percentage of votes, therefore making the required 1,144 delegates even harder to reach and raising the chances of a brokered convention where the majority of delegates become unbound after the first ballot. They are free to choose who they wish to support. Now, the second scenario, if the 1,144 votes is not reached, the person with 50% plus one vote becomes the nominee. But they do not make the 1,144 the number that has to be reached. They remove the abstained voters and lower the official number to something lower. So therefore, the halfway mark that is needed to be reached is much lower than depending on how many people actually abstain. Now, the rules that are used on the convention floor rules is the rules of the House of Representatives, not Robert's Rule of Order. That's used in like committees and stuff. Now, this could be used beneficially in my mind. Why not vote present on the first round of ballots instead of abstaining from voting? If it still counts as a vote but doesn't give your vote specifically to one candidate, it only lowers the presumptive front runner's chance of winning if you are supposed to vote for him. Now, there is a third scenario, but it is completely different. That is to just straight out vote for Ron Paul no matter what ballot it is and what the rules are. There are ways to fight it, and the majority of people argue that the First Amendment is the way to go. Now, we all know that each of these three scenarios will have varied outcomes on the nomination process and could potentially end with you getting kicked out and charges brought upon you. Trust me, guys, there will be gigantic support of people behind anyone that has charges brought upon them. We are in it to win it, and we'll do whatever it takes to get Ron Paul a fair chance at the nomination. Let me know what you guys think. Which scenario do you see taking place, and what other information do you have about the issue of abstaining from voting? Make sure you leave your answer in a text or video response down below, and as always, make sure to thumbs up this video, share it with friends and family, hit that subscribe button, stay up to date on all the current Ron Paul news. It is Matt Larson 10. Go Ron Paul. Peace.